I've watched this woman's interrogation tape many times, but not for a long time. So I know about this case. This is Stephanie Lazarus, is the actual perpetrator of the crime. Now, let me show you. Many years ago, this woman, Sheri Rasmussen, was found murdered. And it took years to bring the perpetrator of her murder to justice. Let me just get up some other photos. Now, it may be that you don't know about this case, or maybe you do. It's quite a famous case, even though, you know, it's not a current case. It's an old case. And this is the woman who killed Sheri. And there's so many similarities between her and Erin. She's a control freak. The difference with this woman is she's a police person. She thought she'd got away with it for years and years and years. And when she was finally brought in for interrogation, that's what we're going to watch in this video. It's one of those famous interrogation tapes. How she goes from not really realizing, you know, that she's under suspicion. Obviously, it'd been so long since she murdered poor Sheri. She thought she'd got away with it, you know, no comeuppance. She'd made a life for herself. She'd got married. She had a daughter. She's a police officer as well. Must just mention that. She's a police officer. So she thought she'd got away with all of it, and she hadn't. And when she was brought in for interrogation, it's, as I say, a fascinating interrogation interview, because they first called her in saying that they wanted her to interrogate somebody, and then, of course, sat her down and, you know, the truth came out then. Now, you might think, why did she murder this young girl? And it was jealousy. Sheri Rasmussen had just married a sort of, I don't know if you'd even describe him as an ex-boyfriend. But she just got married to someone who Stephanie was completely obsessed with. And she'd had a relationship with she thought it was serious, but he didn't think it was serious. One of those sort of relationships. And so when he then finally married Sheri, Stephanie was furious, incandescent with rage. And, you know, when Sheri's body was found, there was even bite marks on it. That's how angry this woman was with Sheri, that she had taken this man away from her. And even though after she murdered Sheri, she did not get together with the guy. You know, they never got together again, but it seemed to be enough for her. She didn't seem to go after any of his other girlfriends. Maybe she got it all out in that one murder of poor Sheri. But it was like, it's control. She is a very similar personality type, in my opinion, to Erin. And I'm grateful for that chatter to send me this, because it reminded me. And as we watch the interrogation, you will just see it. It's blinkety blink blink. You know, she's blinking constantly. Very similar interrogation as to Erin Patterson. There's one more picture I've got here that I wanted to show. Now, Stephanie was up for parole last year, because it's been a little while. You know, it's been a little while since this murder took place. I'm going to get all the details up in a moment. But she was actually up for parole last year, but she didn't get it. This is Stephanie now. So this was her in her police interview. And she was an exemplary police officer. You know, she'd done really well in her career. Nobody knew that she was harbouring this horrible secret. You know, that she had actually murdered this poor girl for no other reason than the woman that she loved, the woman that the man that Stephanie loved, didn't love her. He loved her. And that is why she was murdered. So that's what we're going to chat about in this video. Okay, so before I give you the details, you know, you may, as I say, you may know about this case, you may not know about this case, I don't know. But I think you'll be intrigued. I mean, it's an interesting case in its own right. But I think my chatter who sent me the, you know, the comparisons was right. There's a definite, I mean, it's unusual for women to kill as well. So, you know, Stephanie is in that sort of, what's the word? You wouldn't want to be in the list of women who kill, would you? Because there aren't as many women as that kill as there are men, or at least that get found out anyway. Makes you wonder, doesn't it? Are there loads of other poisonings out there and loads of other cases like Stephanie's of women? Maybe women are a little bit cleverer. I don't know. No, because Erin's definitely not clever. She didn't. I mean, she managed to cover up 4 murder attempts. It sounds like, doesn't it, on Simon? But ultimately, she didn't. Whereas this woman, Stephanie, she was lucky, I think, that when she committed the murder, the murder of Sheri. It was at a time when, you know, forensic testing, etc., wasn't as common as it is now. She probably wouldn't have got away with it for so long if there was more, you know, if we were in the modern day times. And of course, maybe she got away with it more because she was a police person. Maybe she was in a unique position to sort of suss out what was going on. But I think it's fair to say that when she finally got called in for interrogation, she had no idea initially that that's what she was being called in for. She'd forgotten it. You know what I mean? She'd got over it. She was living her life. You could tell she didn't. She was really surprised when she got called in. Now, so the source of this murder, or if the reason for this murder, was the relationship that Lazarus had with John Rutten. And she was obsessed with him. And their friends said that she was the one who took the relationship seriously. He didn't take the relationship seriously. He just thought of it as a casual relationship. And she was so obsessed. She would steal his clothes. She would take photos of him while he slept. And, you know, they were very, very young at the time. And I don't think they didn't even have sex that often. You know, it was a couple of times a month, and occasionally they took trips together, and some of those trips resulted in sex, but it wasn't what you would call, what's the word? It wasn't what you would call a normal relationship. And he said he never considered her his girlfriend. So, of course, then he met Sheri, you know, and in the meantime, he fell in love with Sheri and he married.
But we're talking about being busy and stuff. We've been assigned a case that we've been looking at. Okay. It's a new case, and as reviewing the case, there's some notes to see as far as your name being mentioned.
Okay.
Do you know John Rutten?
John Rutten?
Rutten.
Oh, yeah, I went to school with him.
You did?
Yeah.
How long did you know him?
Gosh, I went to school in, let's see, went to UCLA in 19...
Can you imagine what she thought then when he said, oh, do you know, he said John Rutten, didn't she? And she went, you know, as if she don't remember. Oh, do you mean John Rutten? That's like, she's got the Erin Patterson memory problem, hasn't she?
78 I started, and, you know, met him at school at the dorms.
Mm-hmm. Were you guys friends, close friends?
Yeah, we're very close friends. I mean, what's this all about?
Well, it's a case we're working on. It involves John, and in there, some of the statements we reviewed, you know, there's notes and stuff that he knew you and stuff.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we good friends. Lived in the dorms I lived in the dorms for 2 years.
You guys lived in the same dorm?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Dijkstra.
Okay. Were you guys just friends or anything else, or?
Yeah, we were good friends.
Yeah. Was there ever any relationship or anything that developed between you guys?
Yeah, I mean, we dated.
Uh-huh.
You know, I mean, what's this all about?
Well, it's relating to his wife.
Okay,
Okay. Did you know her?
not really. I mean, I knew that he got married years ago.
Uh-huh. Did you ever meet her?
God, I don't know.
Well, she actually did meet her. So you know that when someone's in a police interview, you will see her face a bit better in a minute. At the moment, she's leaning forward. But you know, police don't normally ask any question unless they already know the answer. So, like, she'll know that. I mean, I think it's especially intriguing, this interrogation, because she is a police officer. So she knows, you know, about interrogations. She knows that the police won't be asking you a question unless they already know the answer, because what they're looking for is how are you going to answer it. So that's sort of intriguing, isn't it? Especially intriguing because she is a police person herself.
Do you know who she was or anything?
Well, let me think. God, it's been a long time ago. I may have met her. Geez, you know.
Yeah. Well, let me see. Let me ask you. You said you dated John. How long did you guys date?
I mean, well, are you guys? Is this something? I mean, you said
But she like, you got her. This is completely like a bolt out of the blue for Stephanie. And as you say, as you all said, she's got crazy eyes. You know, she's another one of those epitomes of eyes are the windows to the soul. Her eyes are absolutely loopy. Now, you got to remember, by this time, she's married and she's got a daughter. What sort of mother was she?
I was going to interview somebody about art and how
Well,
you guys are.
Here's
Oh, that's right, because she was in the police force. She was investigating art frauds and things like that. That's what her role was at this time. So they lured her into this interview room saying they wanted to talk to about some case. So she's like, oh, well, I thought I was here to talk about art, you know, and then she's looking at them. You can tell her mind is working overtime.
Stephanie, here's the situation. It's basically
Blink, blink,
we,
blink.
you know, we knew that this when we saw this in this chrono that maybe, you know, there was some relationship there. That's what the chrono seemed to indicate, and we didn't want to come up to you at your desk and ask those kinds of questions or do anything. You know how up there people can see what's going on if you go into an interview room or people are in there getting supplies.
Okay.
So we wanted to afford you some privacy, some confidentiality to talk about this because we thought it might be, you know, something, you know, you're married to someone else, obviously, and so forth, and that you may not want to, you know, talk about these things in that setting where someone, you know, we don't want the rumor mill or gossip or any of that kind of stuff to start.
That's fine. I mean,
so we did this just as a means to try and speak to you in just a confidential place where you know, where your business isn't out there for other people in you know, your division to know about.
You know, God, that's been a million years ago. I mean, you know,
She's like, yeah, it's been a million years ago. I thought I'd got away with it. Now, you know, it's funny, really, isn't it? So she murdered this poor woman just because she was with John. But then she didn't end up with John. She seems to have just, like, not been so obsessed after that. It's horrible, really, isn't it? So it's a purposeless murder as well. You know, like if she thought that she would end up with John, because she'd got rid of Sheri, like you think, well, it's a twisted reason for doing it, but at least it's a reason. But she didn't end up with him, did she? She didn't end up with him. It was just out of spite, really, because she was annoyed that Sheri had ended up with him. He'd married Sheri. I'm sure he's gone on to get married after that. I'll have a look in a minute when I resume the interview. You know, did he go on to get married to somebody else? Why did she give up on him? Why one minute he was important enough to murder for, and then the next minute she's gone off and married someone else?
We had long stopped, you know, dating before that.
So you haven't talked to him for a long time?
Oh, I think I haven't talked to him in a long time. I couldn't even tell you when the last time I talked to him. I met Scott, I'm thinking in 92, maybe, April of 92. It was
Scott being your husband.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I was teaching DARE. Let's see, what year is this? We'll be married. I got married in 1996. I think I met Scott in 92. Prior to that, I couldn't tell you how long I had talked to John prior to that.
But since you met your husband, Scott, you hadn't talked to him?
I mean, he may have called me once or twice before we got married.
Right.
You know, geez, I moved to Simi in 1994 because I lost my house in the. I mean, what's this all about? I mean.
Well, let me ask you, what ended the relationship between you and John?
You know, it was kind of a weird relationship. I mean, we dated. I can't say that he was my boyfriend. I don't know that he would consider me his girlfriend.
No, but you did. You thought you were his girlfriend, didn't you, you nutter? You know, it's like, just, you know, you think, has she really gone 20 years without doing anything else weird? You know, literally, to do that, what she did, shoot someone 3 times, bite them, try and, you know, I mean, it's a nasty, horrible thing to do. Did she really then go 20 years without doing anything similar? You know, it makes you wonder. I mean, when you're a police officer, you can get away with quite a lot of aggression, can't you?
We dated, we did things. I played sports in college. He played basketball. His brother played basketball. We just, you know, it just didn't work out. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. It was like, I went out with other guys, saw other guys. I went on lots of vacations, you know.
And once you guys split, were you guys still friends or kind of, you know,
I mean,
is it friendly, not friendly?
No, I don't think it was not friendly. I mean, we were friendly. I know that we went to Hawaii at one point. Another friend of mine who's actually dying right now went to Hawaii with us at some point.
Remember roughly when that was?
Geez.
Is you playing for a bit of sympathy there? You know, my other friend who's actually dying right now. It's, you know, it's like, I mean, obviously it's very sad that a friend is dying, but, you know, these sociopaths, psychopaths, whatever you want to call them, narcissists, it's all like, they don't feel that, you know, they're inviting sympathy all the time. Oh, feel sorry for me, my friend is dying. And most of us, you know, would feel that, wouldn't we? Would feel sympathy for them. But this is a woman who didn't feel any sympathy or empathy for Sheri Rasmussen or her family, of course. Do you know, like what she did to Sheri and how that will have affected her family? She doesn't care about that, but it's all about, oh, my friend's dying. Oh, you know, people just wallowing in their own sort of self-pity, I think, is a really big red flag. Because most people just get on with it, don't they? We've all got our crosses to bear, haven't we? And, you know, but when somebody like this who's done a terrible, terrible thing, but she wants sympathy, doesn't she? Feel sorry for me. It's all about me.
Let me think. I'd have to check my pictures, or I'd say I'd ask Greg, but my friend Greg is like dying of liver cancer right now. Yeah, I mean, you know.
And you were saying that
it's 2009 now.
Had you ever met his wife?
I may have.
Do you remember her name or anything, or? Or what she did for a living, or where she worked, or?
Yeah, had you ever met her wife? Do you remember her name? And she doesn't want to say that she remembers her name. Of course she remembers her bloody name. Even if you didn't do it, you'd remember it because she was murdered, for God's sake. You won't forget that, would you? Even, you know, especially if you're a police officer, when a friend of yours, his wife, is murdered, of course you'd remember their name. Just the fact that she's trying to pretend she doesn't remember her name is a massive red flag, isn't it?
Anything about her?
Well, I think I'm going to say that I think she was a nurse. mean, I can't even remember how he said he met her. Yeah, I mean, I mean, it's been so long ago.
Well, let me ask you, did you go to their wedding? You know?
No, I didn't go to their wedding. No, did not go to their wedding. Couldn't even tell you what year he got married. I mean, it's been a million years ago.
Do you remember if you ever talked to her? Because it seems like a lot of you who were at the school at UCLA, you guys kind of were friends during and after school. So I don't know if you guys.
So quite often she says, "Oh, it's like a million years ago. It's a million years ago."
I'm sure I talked to him.
Yeah.
But you're not sure where he moved to after he got married?
No idea. I mean,
never went over to visit him or
I don't think.
meet
I
his
mean, I don't
wife or-
think so. I mean,
Oh, I don't think so. Yeah, you went over to murder his wife, Stephanie.
I don't know. I don't think I did. I mean, I know he lived on Roscoe for a long, long time. I mean, I may know. I mean, he may have told me where they lived, somewhere in the valley. I mean, he may have said I lived over such and such, but I couldn't tell you specifically where.
But you don't remember specifically ever going over to visit him or visit them and wherever he moved when he left Roscoe?
I honestly, I don't know. I don't think so, but
okay.
I don't want to say no, I don't think so, and then he says, "Oh yeah, she came over for something, dropped something off." I don't know.
Yeah, she doesn't know what to say because she doesn't know what they know. Like if, they've already spoken to him and he said, yeah, she came over on this day or that day. So she is literally floundering, isn't she?
So if you did go over there, just be like a quick thing, like you're saying, drop something off or
maybe.
But you don't remember as far as like going there to have dinner or like a social, anything at the house party.
Well, if you guys know something, I can't, I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, but.
After John's wife died, and you said you may have been talking to him. Did your relationship start up again?
I would say no. Again, can you give me a year? I mean, this is like 2009.
She died in 1986?
Yeah, I think it was 86.
1986.
Okay.
You don't need a year, do you? Even if you didn't remember the exact year, you'd know if you saw him after his wife was murdered. Did you end up sleeping with him again after his wife was murdered? You would know that. You don't need to know exactly what year it is. You would just know if you had or hadn't.
Like I said, I'm faintly remembering that I went to Hawaii with my friend Greg. Greg and I got certified for scuba diving. And I'm thinking that John met us there, meaning Greg and I. That could have been. I got certified toward the end of 88, or 88, 89, because I got recertified again, and it had been like over 10 years, so I got recertified. My husband and I got recertified. And I'm pretty sure that John met us there. Again, I'd have to tell you what year it was. I'd have to look at my pictures. And other than that, I can't even say. He may have called me, at my home. I may have called him. I don't think he got together with our group.
I don't think after his wife's death.
Or even before, I don't. We went to weddings together.
Did you?
I got pictures. Like I said, I couldn't tell you years. It's been a million years ago.
After he got married or whatever, were you dating anybody?
Gosh, she said that a million times, doesn't she? She keeps saying, "Well, it was a million years ago. It was a million years ago."
In particular,
and that was what year? 1986, you said?
I think he got married, in around 85, 86, something like that. Were you seeing anyone seriously, or?
God, I couldn't say.
Yeah.
Geez, I'm trying to think. I mean, I dated a fireman.
What was his name?
Mike Arndt. And I'm trying to think.
Was he LAFD or?
He was LAFD.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think when I probably met Mike. I went to Devonshire. Let's see, I left
She's
Hollywood.
definitely the
I worked
Pinocchio.
Hollywood 84 to 85, I think. And then I went to Devonshire, and that's when I met Mike and some other firemen. And
What, the station next door?
no, actually,
Because I used to work Hollywood, so I just wondered if it's the station next door.
it was when I worked.
Then she starts to realise that they're actually think she did it, and it's very intriguing realization, isn't it? Because I'd love to be a police interrogator, wouldn't you? I do like watching the interrogations because I suppose they do a lot of courses and that, how to get the best out of people, how to get people to talk. There's whether you're talking to a perpetrator of a murder or you're talking to a witness who you're just trying to get to relax and be comfortable with you. It's very important, isn't it? And some interrogators, of course, are better than others. And some things that work with some people don't work with others. Sometimes people prefer female interrogators can be better. Notice they haven't chosen females for this interrogation. I think Stephanie definitely would not react well to a female interrogator. Whereas sometimes females, you've got to suss all that out. I mean, people's characters. Some women respond better to females, and some women don't, and then some men respond better to females, or some men might be really irritated by having a female interrogator. So I suppose they've got to sort all that out before they even go into the interrogation.
So meet people.
It's fascinating, isn't it, really?
And Greg, this Greg we're talking about, he was like someone you were dating or just a buddy? Or?
No, you know what? I would say we started out probably just buddies. And either I was with somebody or he was with somebody, but it was kind of like we ended up just kind of being like brother and sister. And maybe he wanted something more, but it never, worked out, but we did things together. I would consider him, I've probably known him, let's see, I've been on the job almost 26 years. I've probably known Greg 23, 24 years.
Does he still talk to him?
Oh yeah, he's dying of liver cancer right now. Yeah. Yeah. So, I consider him a good friend. I don't know what to tell you on that.
I mean, when you heard about John's wife being killed, I mean, what was your reaction? I mean, you thought you heard about what, through a friend or in a bulletin or
either
something?
A friend or a bulletin. I called the family. I called maybe some of his friends that I knew. And I mean, obviously it shocked you if I heard it at work, which I may have, I faintly remember a bulletin going around. Either that or somebody called me. I also don't remember.
Right.
And then I probably called his family, I don't know initially. I can't say if I initially spoke to him or not. I honestly don't remember. I may have said to somebody, hey, have him call me if he wants to talk. And then he may have done that.
Uh-huh.
Do you know what the circumstances were regarding her death?
Geez, let me think back. I don't know if it was, a burglary or something. It's been so many years. I can faintly think that I may have saw a flyer.
Yeah.
May have had her picture on it. That's why I say, if somebody had called me, I may not have known what her last name was. I may have. Maybe if you told me, I would remember it.
Remember the first name?
Shelley, Sheri. I don't know, maybe, like I said, it's been so many years. And,
Sheri,
from all the years,
something like that. I don't know.
Do you remember ever talking to her?
This is what I mean. She's so like Erin, isn't she?
I may have, I may have talked to her.
You mentioned a hospital, maybe. You may have talked to her at a hospital.
Look, she's like, oh God, what shall I say? Oh God. Awful woman. Erin Patterson. I'd say Erin Patterson too, but of course she's before. She's older than Erin. Erin's 50. She'll be about 64, 65 now.
And so I'm thinking that we had a conversation about that. One or two, maybe. It could have been three. I don't want to say I had 3 conversations with her.
Like at her work or at their house or?
No, I'm thinking that he obviously must have told me where she worked. I'm thinking it was a hospital somewhere in LA. And I could have been, again, what year was that? Where was I working? I'm trying to think of where. When did you say they got married?
I don't know. I think it was like in 85 or 86 or something like that. We just kind of picked this up. We don't know a lot about it.
I could have been working in Hollywood, it sounds like, if that's where I was working. So I could have said, okay, well, and I went and talked to her, and just said, hey, you know what? If he's dating you, he's keeps calling me. Why don't you tell him to knock it off or whatever? And because I probably would have told him to knock it off.
You would have told John.
Oh yeah.
Uh-huh.
I would have said, hey, and again.
But you wanted to tell her too. You wanted them both to know.
Yeah,
when she smiles, there she looks like the Joker, doesn't she?
Right.
Like.
No, because I probably would have told him to knock it off.
You would have told John.
Oh yeah.
Uh-huh.
I would have said, hey,
She looks like the Joker. Don't know that film with Joaquin Phoenix, the Joker. It freaked me out completely. Look, she could have been in that film. She wouldn't have even needed the makeup, would she? Look at her. Ooh, evil woman, evil woman. I wonder what she's been up to in prison all this time. Do you think she's had affairs like with other prisoners? She's like, very scary woman.
And again.
But you wanted to tell her too? You wanted them both to know?
Yeah, if you're getting called, and I'm faintly remembering when 3. Excuse me. I haven't had my breakfast yet. And so.
She's not had her breakfast yet.
Excuse me. And so
so she's laughing a lot through this video as well, isn't she? Smirking inappropriately, really. Well, she hasn't had her breakfast yet. I wonder if she'd had her breakfast before she went and killed Sheri Rasmussen. Obviously, she'd had her Weetabix that day.
I faintly recall that John may have called a few times, and I'm like, hey, he goes, look, can you talk or something? I'm like, no, I can't talk. I've got, I'm living with somebody.
Right.
And that could have been a few times. It could have been once, could have been twice, could have been 3 times. Yeah, I don't know,
That's during
so
the period of time of
funny.
the earthquake that you're.
Well, no, probably after Scott moved in. I think I met Scott in April of '92.
Oh, okay, right before.
April of '92, because I stopped teaching DARE. I think I stopped teaching DARE sometime in '92.
Mm-hmm.
And when you say that you may have, that you talked to his wife, said, hey, or I don't know if it was, I guess it wasn't his wife at that time, girlfriend or whatever. And
yeah, I don't know if it was his wife or his girl.
Right.
Quite honestly, I don't even remember.
When you said like, hey, he's calling me, he needs to knock it off or what have you. Was that civil? Was there?
No, there was not. I don't think there was anything. If the conversation lasted a few minutes, I can't even remember. And what is it like? We went out to lunch or anything.
Right, but there was no like arguments or fights or it didn't get heated or anything like that.
Oh, no fights, no arguments, didn't get heated. She just went off and shot his wife 3 times. Bitter. Look, just looking at her face there, and that particular picture, she reminds me of that Tracy one, that road rage woman, that said that her partner had been killed by a road rage incident, Tracy Edwards. She reminds me of her there. She had that face, thinks she contempt. I think body language is hard to quantify, But if anyone was ever a prime example of following body language, it's this woman. All her body language says that she killed Sheri, doesn't it? The contempt, the duping delight, the smirking, the lost memory. I can't really remember exactly what happened. She's a prime candidate for body language accuracy, I think.
That I recall, no. I mean,
Would,
I would think that would stand out. I would think. Now, again, that's not standing out in my mind. You know.
So you didn't have any problems with her then?
No.
You didn't have any issues with her?
No, I mean.
but let me ask you. It seems like you didn't have any issue. Now, did she have an issue with you as far as because now you're telling her, hey, you know, Helma, stop calling. Now, you know, she's like, hey, you know, you figure she'd be threatened by you.
You know, I don't know. I mean,
from what you remember, as far as when you talked to her, maybe you didn't take it as serious, but maybe, you know, did she? Maybe she was bugged.
I mean, like, was she throwing things at me or something? Or,
well, no, just,
you know,
as far as you're trying to explain, like, hey, have him stop calling me, you know, stop playing games.
You know, I tell you, if the conversation, I couldn't even tell you how long the conversation, if you said, did it last a half an hour? Did it last 3 minutes? Did it last 20 minutes? I can't even remember. It's been so long ago, you know?
You just remember talking to her, telling
her.
her.
Yeah, and that's why you said, how many times you talked to her? I don't know how many times I talked to her. Maybe it was once, maybe it was twice, maybe it was 3 times. You know, I honestly don't know.
Right.
I don't know what year it was. If he said, I met her in such and such year, I'd go, okay, well, I don't even know what year you met her.
Big smiles, the more I watch her, she looks like the Joker even more. It's that smirk, isn't it? So she's just like, they're just letting her waffle on, aren't they? Which is clever, really. They're just letting her waffle on. But as time goes on, she does start to get like a bit peed off with it all.
Kind of squirrely or kind of sneaking around when he'd hook up with you or anything like that to make you think, hey, yeah, this guy.
It probably was. I mean,
because from the impression I get is you've known him a long time.
Well, let's see.
From what, early
I met him in
80s?
78. No, I met him in school. I started UCLA in 78.
You know him well during that period of time.
Yeah, I mean, was he acting squirrely? You know, I don't even remember where he was living then. You know,
Well, after.
I don't.
Well, let me ask you. After he hooked up with.
I mean, if he was living on Roscoe or wherever else he was living.
Right.
Well, after he hooked up with Sheri, do you know where they were living?
No, you asked me that already.
Uh-huh.
And I said, well, obviously they were living in Van Nuys division.
Yeah.
I may have known.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, did he ever give me the address? Maybe. You know, I don't remember. I mean, I don't know.
Because the only reason I'm asking you again is because as we've been talking, I know some stuff has come to you because you're like, oh, it seems like
you know.
So that's why I'm asking if you've ever been to the house.
And when you said Van Nuys division, you know, I'm sure he could have told me. I mean, he could have told me. He could have told me where he lived.
Mm-hmm. Did you ever have gone there?
I don't think I've ever gone there. That's what I'm saying. I don't want to say, no, I've never gone there. And then you say, oh, I was at a party. Because I don't, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Like I said, we've got these friends. We have parties. My house, their house. I just don't think John ever came to, again, at one point, because we knew people from school together. I knew different people. He knew different people. I knew people that he knew from his work, that lived in the valley,
So as far as for social events or anything.
Can you see the resemblance to me? That
you're not sure if you ever been to the house because.
But it's safe to say that would have been the only time, like for something social.
Yeah, if I went there for something social, yeah. Okay. I mean,
because I know you went to talk to her at the hospital regarding this issue with John, to kind of like, hey, what's going to happen here with this thing? But would this ever have followed up to her house when you went to talk to her to say, hey, you know what?
I don't even know that I knew where they lived. That's what I'm saying. If I knew where they lived and I'd been there, if it was for something social, I would, and I can't see how many times I saw her face to face. He lived on Roscoe. Did I ever see her there? I don't know.
I don't know.
I may have seen her at his apartment on
Of
Roscoe.
course you know.
I may have met her there. I mean.
But you didn't have any issues with her, right?
No, I mean,
No.
obviously, if he was dating me and dating her, I probably said, "Hey, pick," or something.
Fair.
Back
That's
then. I can't say that we ever screamed or it's. I mean, he was a pretty mellow guy.
Oh God, she's unbelievable, isn't she?
I think I was pretty mellow. I don't
Mellow.
think we had some big, huge blow up to say, why we stopped dating.
Really mellow.
And I even think
mellow.
that when I was dating him, I was probably, like I said, I was probably going out with other guys, and he was probably going out with other girls.
Right.
I don't know.
I mean, would you remember if she snapped on you and just like, hey man, it's my man, you leave him alone, blah blah blah, that kind of stuff? And would you remember an incident like that? I mean, because that would be like, what?
Well, and maybe that happened. I mean, gosh, it's been so long ago. That's not ringing a bell.
Mm-hmm. Because the times I've seen you around at our office,
I'm crazy.
But you're always kind of like real.
What? Yeah.
I mean, you seem kind of bubbly.
Oh, people think I'm really.
Says I'm crazy.
Then,
Let's have that again.
I can't say that we ever screamed or it's. I mean, he was a pretty mellow guy.
Mellow.
I think I was pretty. I'm crazy.
But you're always kind of like real. I mean, you seem kind of bubbly.
Oh, people think I'm really hyper. But I can get upset. And then I forget 5 seconds later. You know how guys razz you and you go, I mean, I've done that in the office, but it's like, and then I'm, I mean, people
water
think,
under the bridge.
Yeah, I mean, it's like people think I'm crazy, and then they think I'm crazy at home, and I'm a hyper person at work. I enjoy my job. I get excited. I enjoy the job. I've always enjoyed the job.
You got a good gig, so.
I don't know. It's like I said, this stuff's been so long ago. I'm sure as soon as I walk out of here, I'll go, oh shoot, I did 25 things I'll remember.
But you'll call us, or I mean, you'll just come over to our desk.
Yeah,
and tell us.
I don't know what else you need to know.
It's a million years ago. Suddenly now she's remembering all of it.
I mean,
don't know how to describe
there was
it.
a lot of drama in this relationship.
Oh no, I don't think there was drama.
No drama.
Yeah, I mean,
that's why I'm asking as far as what the friends are saying in regards to this, the problems that they're saying you were having with Sheri. I mean, it seems like the relationship is just going on an even plane.
That just I don't have the recollection of that at all. No.
And because from what you're telling me is when you guys met at the hospital, I mean, you guys talked, but it wasn't, from what you recall, confrontational from either side.
I mean, I'm trying to turn my memory back, and I'm trying. I can't even picture the conversation. I mean, I can't even picture the conversation.
Well, let me ask you. I mean, at the hospital, it never got to the point where people are going, hey, everybody go to your own corner type of thing?
I don't think so.
Nothing like that?
I don't think so. I mean, I really don't. I mean, if you say people said that, that's not ringing a bell to me at all. I mean, it's not. I mean, that's not ringing a bell.
Selective memory.
When you and Sheri were talking and John had to maybe go like, hey, you guys relax, or anything like that?
I think so.
About, ever going to her house and having a dispute like that?
I'm just, if I met her ever at his apartment, maybe. I mean, maybe I could have met at her apartment. I'm thinking that the hospital thing, that sounds familiar, that I met her there. I
found another joker that looks like her as well. What about this one? Oh, maybe. Oh my God, I've never seen anyone with a weirder face. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Do you remember what he drove?
Well, I know at one time he drove either a 240 or 260Z.
Any other cars that stand out in your mind?
Oh my God. Oh my God. Look at her face.
I don't know how long he drove that 240.
Did you see her face? And oh my God, what a weird face she's got.
When I go to functions, I have 10,000 pictures. Okay, I'm a picture nut.
10,000. Picture nut.
Let me ask, when you were seeing John, would you, I take it he would pick you up in his car, you go in her, your car, things of that nature, and you guys would go out?
Well, yeah, I mean.
Do you remember what he drove?
No, look, she doesn't remember what he drove. I wonder if she's got pictures. Do you know what just suddenly struck me somewhere? I wouldn't be surprised if she's got pictures of Sheri's body, because she said she's a picture nut. She's got 10,000 photos. Do you think at some point, I mean, she probably hasn't still got it or it'd be hidden now, but makes you wonder, doesn't it? She's so into pictures. Did she take a photo of Sheri?
Well, I know at one time he drove either a 240 or 260Z.
Any other cars that stand out in your mind?
Oh my God, what is that? What is that? Like a gurney face, isn't it? She's like a gurney person. What a weirdo.
Lose anything or?
Yeah. Now that you mention it, let's see. I had a gun that was stolen.
Oh yeah.
I had other stuff that was stolen.
That was the gun that killed Sheri.
No.
Good.
Is
it ever recovered?
I don't know. No, I don't think so. Not that I know of.
Never been notified?
No. Car's been broken into, several times.
Where did that happen? When your gun was taken?
Trying to remember. I'm sure you guys must know. Because my car was broken into in Ventura. I think in Santa Monica.
Liar, isn't she?
You weren't supposed to show up.
It's good to use the Pinocchio again.
Things got heated.
At his house? That just doesn't sound familiar. I mean, it's not sounding familiar. Not at all.
Now you're saying
why is she even smiling?
Well, you remember, or just
you know what?
Smiling.
I'd have to say I don't remember, because I don't remember. That doesn't sound familiar.
would you remember something like that in your life?
Well, I would think, but
sort of drama involving, the other woman type of thing.
Did you ever fight with her?
You mean like we fought?
Yeah. Did you ever duke it out with her?
No, I don't think so. I mean,
you'd remember that, right?
So.
That would be pretty.
Yeah, I would think so.
Pretty specific.
Like
of course, you would remember if you'd had an actual fight with someone.
I mean,
Dramatic.
Obviously, it just doesn't sound familiar. I mean, what are they saying? So I fought with her. So now I getting the jump of the leap. Excuse me, I haven't eaten. They're saying, okay, I fought with her, so I must
had
kill her.
breakfast yet.
I mean, come on. I mean, that's, it just doesn't sound familiar. I mean, what are they saying? So I fought with her, so now getting the jump of the leap. Excuse me, I haven't eaten. They're saying, okay, I fought with her, so I must have killed her. I mean, come on. I mean, that's, I don't even know who these people are. I can't even say I met any of these people. I mean, it's insane. If it happened, I honestly don't remember it. That's all I can tell you. I mean,
both. I don't know. I mean, would it be something you would remember? I mean, because I don't know if any other intense incidents in your life that have occurred. I mean, you'd recall those, right? I mean,
She's a police officer. She can't remember the number of fights she's been in.
I've been in a lot. You know, I played sports.
Yeah.
You know, you get into scuffles there, and
Mm-hmm.
And you recall some of those, right? I mean, just
yeah, I can recall some of them.
games get
You know,
intense.
but like I said, you saying this is just not ringing a bell.
Nothing.
I mean, but you know, I don't know what to tell you. It's just that's just not ringing a bell to me.
It'd be something.
I would think I would remember.
Yeah.
I mean,
If you're in this,
I would think so too.
If you're in this other girl's house and
but
words are exchanged, I mean, you figure you recall.
I would think.
Especially if it got physical, right?
Well, I would think.
I would
It's
think.
relating to
How many times
you
has
know,
she
a guy
said that? I would
you were dating,
think.
but she's dating now, you know, and it's just
Yeah.
kind of like a whole love triangle type of thing. I mean, you figure you'd remember that, right?
Well, I would think.
So.
I mean, I don't know what to still tell you.
No, because I'm looking at the notes and people are kind of, I mean, they're pointing the finger at you.
Well,
And
I mean, that's not ringing a bell to me. So, you know, I don't know. You know, it's I don't know what to tell you. I mean, that just sounds crazy to me.
yeah. So you offhand, you don't recall ever going into her house and having words and physically, you know,
No, I
attacking
mean,
her attacking you.
no,
Nothing like that.
no. I mean, that's no,
Nothing.
no, not at all.
Okay. Well, on some of the on this case, you know, this occurred in '86, right? Detectives processed the scene, things of that nature. They did fingerprints and all that stuff. You know, you know the standards.
Mhm.
You've been doing this longer than I have.
Well, not about that. I got 26 years on, going on 26.
19. So, but you know, as they processed everything, they did the best they could at that time, and they looked at a lot of people and different things in this case. And you're right.
I mean, if you guys are claiming that I'm a suspect, then, you know, I got a problem with, you know, with that.
Okay.
Okay. So, you know, if you're doing this as an interrogation, you're saying, hey, I'm a suspect. Well, now I got a problem with, you know, now you're accusing me of this. Is that what you're saying?
We're trying to figure out what happened, Stephanie.
Well, I'm just saying, you know, do I need to get a lawyer if you're accusing me of this? You know,
you don't have to. I mean, you know, you're here of your own free will. I mean,
no, well, I know, but I mean,
you're not under arrest. You can walk out.
You can leave whenever you like.
Well, you know, I'm trying to give you some background of, you know, how I knew him, and now you're telling me that somebody's saying that we had this big old fight, and I don't even know what you're talking about. You know, and I don't want to, you know, get in trouble for something that I didn't even do, or you're saying I did something.
Okay.
We understand.
I mean, how would you guys like it if the tables were turned on you?
I understand. No.
No, that's what we're telling you. I mean, you're free to go whenever you want. If this makes.
So they said to her, "You're free to go whenever you want." It's took her quite a long time really to ask for a lawyer, hasn't she? Hasn't it? But yeah. So they said, "Oh, you're free to go. Leave whenever you want." And the other thing about this woman, I nearly called her Erin then. The other thing about Stephanie is, although she was like a beat police officer early on, you know, for the last however many years, she's been dealing with art theft and things like that. So she's probably not been in that many scuffles. But also I do think that personal scuffles are different from whatever you might come up to in work, you know, actually having a fight with a friend or, you know, not a friend, but, you know, because you're out on your personal time, it's different. But so she's finally sort of clicked. Look at her face now, and they're saying to her, right, you're not under arrest. Leave the room if you want.
You uncomfortable and you want to.
Well, now you're starting to make me uncomfortable.
The thing is, I mean, detectives did what they could at that time on the crime scene. Okay, and the burglary thing you're talking about, that is an angle that they looked at. But now we're looking at everything else on the case. Because nobody was ever arrested on the case.
I don't know that or not.
Okay. Now, what we'd like to do is, obviously, you know about all the DNA stuff and things of the nature that, you know, gets done on cases nowadays. If we asked you for a DNA swab, would you be willing to give us one?
Maybe. 'Cause
Maybe.
now
Because
now I'm thinking I probably need to talk to a lawyer.
Yeah, you do. And the thing is, they're saying, would you give a DNA swab? And you say, maybe. She's a police mate because she's forgotten how unhinged she was in the way she pursued this guy.
I have to contact somebody. So,
That's fair.
I mean, because I know how this stuff works. I
Sure.
mean, I just can't believe it.
I mean, we understand that. I mean, if we were in your position, I mean, we would feel the same way.
I just can't even believe it. I mean, it's just, I mean, I'm shocked. I'm really shocked that somebody would be saying that I did this. I mean, we had a fight, and so I went and killed her. I mean, come on. That's...
Oh, so now she's admitting that they did have a fight.
Okay.
All right.
Well, thanks for giving me the courtesy. I wish I recorded that.
So she thinks she can just get up. They've told her she's free to leave. She's not under arrest. So she's got up and left. Literally, as she walks out, they arrest her. I love this.
Okay.
So they bring her back in handcuffs. She's still smirking. Look, she's just got that smirky face, hasn't she? So, yeah, she walked out. They arrested her. They brought her back in.
Stephanie, you have the right to remain silent. Do you understand?
Yes.
Anything you say may be used against you in court. Do you understand?
Yes.
You have the right to the presence of an attorney before and during any questioning. Do you understand?
Yes.
If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you free of charge before any questioning if you want. Do you understand?
Yes.
Do you want to talk to us right now?
No.
All right.
Okay.
This is crazy. This is I'm like in shock. I'm totally in shock.
So she did get arrested. She did get charged. She did get found guilty. She was given, I think it was 27 years. She was up for parole last year. She didn't get parole last year. Let's just have a look. So she is at that stage, though, where she's applying for parole. This is her, I think this was last year. She's still got the crazy eyes, I suppose, though. I don't think she's aged very well, does she? Has she? She's, I think she's 64 now, 64, 65. She's still got the Joker face, though, hasn't she? I mean, why is she even smiling in her mugshot? Do you know what I mean? She's a total psycho. I think the Joker was designed, around Stephanie Lazarus. So that was Stephanie, and she killed this poor lady, a young girl at the time in her late 20s. And she killed her just because she was obsessed with the guy that had married her. That was the reason for killing her. That's it. She hadn't really done anything to Stephanie. Sheri hadn't done anything to her. Just this guy that Stephanie was obsessed with, John, he fell in love with Sheri and he didn't love Stephanie. So Stephanie went off and murdered Sheri. And she got away with it for 20 years. She had a life, she had a family, she had a career. So she was lucky, really. She was lucky. She got another 20 years of life. Sheri didn't get any more life. That was it for Sheri, wasn't it? So anyway, just to remind people, the reason that I was showing this is I think she reminds me of Erin Patterson. I think women that kill are there's always a different sort of, I don't know, it's a different vibe for men. I think quite often with men there's an sex motive, isn't there, for murder and things. With women, I think it's more complex, like jealousy, maybe money, I don't know, but yeah, it's different, isn't it? So, yeah, she joins or Erin joins the sort of select club of women who kill and psychopathic women that kill, like Stephanie, like Sarah Boone, like Laurie Vallow, all these people. We do strange motives sometimes, isn't there? For why they